What up, everybody? It's Saturday. I know. You all want to be chilling out or doing something, and you gotta stick up with me. I've had a really intense morning. Woke up late today at 9 o'clock. Got ready, sorted my son out and nephew who stayed over. Jumped on the bike for an hour, had a really good cycle while working with my computer on there. As soon as I finished that, I just jumped into a 30-minute HIIT workout. Surprisingly, I only burned 220 calories in that half an hour. And I'm sure I burned more because I was like right at it. But I'll take it. 220 in half an hour, I'll take it. So altogether so far, I've burned 560 calories. And I'm now opening my Pepsi Max. Hey John, hey George, hey Carapos. And the reason I've been working as well in the morning while cycling, but the reason I did a really big workout was because yesterday, celebrating the Queen's Jubilee street party, I ate quite a bit of cake. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of cake and chocolate biscuits, and I need to punish myself for the next 2 days now. Hey Astral, you burned your VR headset. What, from overuse? When you say you burnt it, did you drop it into a fire or was it from overuse? How is everyone on this Saturday morning? Now, I bet George is working. George is like me, workaholic. Like right now I'm about to work on that new directory website we started on Wednesday night or whatever. The heat. Do you know what, George? I bet it is. I actually love it when it's like a heat wave in the UK, like it's really hot. And then what I'll do is while I'm on my bike, I've got my sweat vest on. On top of my sweat vest, I've got a thick hoodie. So I'm like bucketing sweat as I'm cycling, but I like it. It's good. Caught for Astral, mate. You want to be careful of that. Right, before I jump into all of these that directory website, I need to just have a quick catch up on Facebook messages and notifications. Damn, I really wish I was at WordCamp. You know what? They look like they're having so much fun there. I'm really jealous right now. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. My son and wife have gone off to a family birthday party. Look, I've said it before, yeah. I would rather mix with all of you, but also get work done. I can either lose 5 hours of my life just sat there with nothing conversations. It's what I call nothing conversations. You know, you're just like, oh, what colour is the sky? Blah, blah, blah. Not really interesting. Or I can get on with work. And the directory website we started, he loves the new homepage. So George, people, Carapos, that old rubbish blog-looking homepage, he loves the new style. He is converted into a better way of doing things. He's converted. Great. Now I'm going to build in his price packages, and hopefully that all works through today as well. I mean, he's good to go. Oh, mate, WooCommerce snippets. So the client doesn't have product alpha. Oh, doesn't have sort product alphabetically. I thought it had it. Or maybe I'm wrong. No. Do you know what? I'm having a memory block. It's not in there, is it? You got price descending. I think you're right. Yeah, there isn't a alphabetical one. And you know what? So many people will say to me, yeah, but there's an add-on for that. And you need to support the plugin by buying the add-on. And I feel like there are some things you shouldn't have to get an add-on for. There are some things you shouldn't have to go and find a solution. As George knows, and I know, because we always talk about the WooCommerce snippets and extra stuff you got to do. I mean, I think the WooCommerce plugin should have built into there already the facility to stop WooCommerce pages from being cached. Because sometimes when your WooCommerce caches, it affects the flow, doesn't it? High advice for high school. Well, what you got to do, Astral, you got to think about where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Where do you want to be when you're 24? So what do you need to do to get there? You know, what do you need to be studying? What do you need to be aiming for? Don't just do what everyone else does. What do you want to do? Because the mistake I made as a kid, my mum and dad made me do what they wanted me to do. So my school, my education, until I went to uni, they had control over it. And I detest that because I think I could have been doing other stuff 20 years ago. So do what you want to do. Aim for where you want to get to. You are the master of your destiny. All right? You're the kingmaker. You're the lord. Right? So Astral, you're only 14. Where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Go for it. Hey, Dave, you're killing it. You are on the Elementor Facebook group. I love the solutions you come out with as well. Great stuff, Dave. You are killing it. So here's a high five to Dave. So George, previous never said all this was done, and guess what? It isn't. They always do though, don't they, George? And then what they say, George, they go, oh, you must have touched something. Hey, Chingy, how you doing? So, Chingy, we spoke about this briefly a week ago, I think. What are you working on now? And are you on target to do what you want to do? Or are you flexing between different projects or goals? What are you working on right now? And are you focusing or are you jumping around? And when I say focusing, I don't just mean work. I mean your life. So meeting friends, going out, buying clothes, downloading music, watching Netflix. Are you focused with what you want to do? Like me, let me give you an example. The Boys on Amazon Prime, the first 3 episodes are out. Came out on Friday. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to wait until tonight and then I'll watch some of them. But I set an agenda in my head. Right now, I'm on the live chat. No, this morning, got up, sorted my son out, jumped on the bike for an hour. Then I did 30 minutes of HIIT cardio. Now I've come over here, open my Pepsi, live chat, probably an hour and a half, maybe 2, while working on a directory website. After that, I'll work on something else. After that, probably by 4 o'clock-ish, I'll take a break, relax, son will be home, play around with him, he goes sleep, and then evening time, catch up on TV programs. So get your focus, and hopefully, it sounds really like military, doesn't it? I do. But it means that you get done what you want to get done. So remember, keep the focus, Chingy, all right? Do you know something, George? So someone once did that to me. They said they did something with a plugin. And I went, which plugin? He went, oh, I can't remember. I went, don't worry. Here's a screenshot of the 8 plugins. Which one are you talking about? And they're like, oh, it's in the theme template. And I went, but you're using a parent theme. There's no child theme. So where have you edited it? Oh, I can't remember. So I went, okay. I then made a staging copy, removed the theme, added in a fresh theme. And I went, look, it's exactly the same. So I don't see what you've done. Oh, you're pressuring me. Oh, you think, shut up, you liar. Oh, I tell you what, when you've done a workout and you have a cold Pepsi Max? Boy, is it good. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike, I've got to ask you something. When it says Mike Williams II, is that actually Mike Williams II? So is there are you named after your dad? Is there a Mike the Williams the First? And I'm really sorry if it's an emotional subject or anything like that. But I've always wondered, when your name comes up, I look at it and I go, is that Mike Williams II? Cheers, Mike. I've turned the lights off because I'm not recording. So when I'm not recording, I'm going to leave the lights off because I don't need to use up energy all the time, right? Yeah, Mike Williams II. Named after your dad, then. Nice one. I like that. Do you know what, Chingy? What you gotta do, right, is just kind of, it is difficult. It is difficult. I mean, I admit, when I'm working on websites and stuff, and when a Facebook message comes in, or a LinkedIn, or a Twitter, or an email, or just something, you can't help but be distracted. And sometimes I just stop what I'm doing to look into a problem for someone, and I lose an hour. And when I come back to what I'm doing, I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered now. We're all doing okay, Mike, by the way. We're doing okay. It's been a good month, you know, happy customers, good reviews. Hey, Artif. No more taking the kids out, Artif, I'm guessing. Hey, you're done with all that now. Sorry, I'm just replying to messages here. Well, my son and wife have just gone to my... Okay, Artif, you know how we talk about how different I am when it comes to families? It's my mother-in-law's 70th birthday party today. My mother-in-law. The whole family are getting together. I'm here doing live chats. Because I'm losing productivity time if I spend 5 hours at a birthday party. And tell me, Artif, you wouldn't get away with that, would you? Oh, Artif, don't worry about the email. But yeah, my mother-in-law's 70th birthday party. So my goal for this month, right, for the goal of June, is to the goal is to get 2 more clients. The goal is to, in fact, I can tell you now here. So the goal is to get 2 more clients. The goal is to finish off 2 clients as well this month. 2 more clients, close off 2 clients this month. Get some videos done for Bertha. In total, there'll probably be about 8 videos. Get 8 more videos done for our channel scheduled in. Get 2 big, hefty videos done for our channel. And just touch base with maybe some stuff for Atrim as well. So a lot of video production, a lot of close off 2 clients and get 2 clients as well. There's one we're scouting, but I feel like the work will be more hassle than it's worth. To be honest, Artif, my wife weren't happy, but I did explain to her, look, I can either go there and come back and be miserable because I've lost 5 hours of my life, okay, or because what am I going to do there? Oh, when I say scouting, if someone has approached us, Mike, sorry, wrong word. They've approached us, but based on what they want, I'm a bit like this could end up being more problematic because they don't really know exactly what they want, and they're a bit twitchy about their spend or budget, and I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where I could spend 2 or 3 days thinking of the perfect solution for them, and then they go, oh, we don't want it. We don't want to go with you. And I feel like, what's the point? So when someone says to you, oh, yeah, we want a website and we want X, Y, Z, but they're not prepared to kind of pay a deposit, thinking time, discovery time, it gives me a warning sign because I've been there. One of our very first clients, I spent nearly a whole week researching a solution for them, and then they took the ideas and went off somewhere else. So I always say, like I'll spend an hour later. When I'm sat watching TV, I'll look into possible solutions on my phone, and if I don't find one in an hour, I'm not going with this job. Exactly. Because the thing is, though, Mike, once you sometimes let the client know what special plugin or how you would attempt to do it, they could take that and go and get it done cheaper. And you don't get paid nothing for the discovery, thinking, investigation, analytics side. Hey, Peter. I hope you're buzzing away. Hope you're all right, mate. I mean, to be honest, Mike, when it comes to planning and stuff, right, it allows me to keep focused. And also, this is my get out of jail card. Did you know that? This is my get out of jail card. So when someone says to me, oh, in 3 weeks' time, we're having a get together, I kind of go, I've booked stuff in. I've got stuff in I need to do. I will be there or be here. Yes, well done, Peter. You know, so it's like, this is my get out of jail card. Not an excuse, but I've planned. And if I don't do X, it has a repercussion on Y, which affects Z, which affects A, B, C. And I think like that. I do think like that. I always think of cause and effect. And of course, life is unpredictable. Something can drop in or happen which throws your agenda out the window. I make exception for, you know, like the act of God. I make exception for things that are so unpredictable. But when someone does something where they've intervened to make my life unpredictable, I sometimes don't excuse that. So like we got told a week ago that it's my mother-in-law's birthday party today. Now, I'm really sorry, but I've got stuff planned. You must have known you were going to do a birthday party. In fact, they've already done a birthday party. But my mother-in-law's sister wants to do another party. I'm like, well, great for you, but my free time is my free time to crash out and just sit and catch up on TV programs or stuff. That's my time. My free time is not to go somewhere and go, so, what's up? How you doing? You all right? Oh, yeah, I'm okay too. How's work? Really good. Busy? Yeah, my work's busy too. Do you want a drink? Okay. It's warm. Oh, not cold. Oh, have you had rice? Yeah, I had the rice. Spicy? No, not spicy. Yeah. How's your kids? Oh, yeah, my kids are okay as well. I like what you're wearing. Yeah, you too. Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? Fits. Yeah, of course it fits. I bought it. Who cares? Right? Who cares? I didn't go to the last party, Mike. I'll be honest, I didn't go. It was a 5-hour party. And look, in 5 hours, I can do a live chat. I can work on a website. I can reply to messages. Let me give you an example. So we had a street party from 4 o'clock to about 10. Quite a long one, with everyone in the street. And twice I came back in for about half an hour periods. And no one minded. And you know why? Because I'm there and I can see a trickle of emails coming in. My client has a problem. Something they've done. I've got an email coming in. Someone wants a quick quote. Someone wants to discuss something. I can, if I want, just leave it till today, or I could do something about it. So I came in and sorted it out. Hey, Zibby. Hey, Zibby. To be honest, though, Mike, all parties are like that. And I'm one of those people where if I know I'm going to go somewhere like an event or a party or an occasion, and I know there will be a good chunk of people where we can just talk. I know that if all of us were in a room together, we could just talk. You could talk with individuals, groups, whatever, all together or just private, whatever. You could do that. And we could share things. We could discuss. We could have ideas, experiences. We would get each other. Or you can go to a party with 100 people, but none of them get you. None of them get you. None of them share your experience. Some of them are either really old school or they don't see the bigger side of life. They see life through a tunnel vision, right? They believe the hype. They believe the fake news. They buy into fake news. You know, they believe what they see on YouTube and Facebook. They don't understand the bigger picture. And those conversations drive me bonkers. Because you know what? When you're in a room with 100 people and they all agree and nod and, ooh, yeah, you have to sit there in silence. Because if you say what's really on your mind, it's just not worth it. Oh my God, George, I just read what you wrote. Oh, so you don't have a job at a real company then? Ugh. Atif, I think she won't like half of what I say, mate. Delete all the code. Ah, George, you're not like that. Exactly, Mike. Yeah, exactly, though. I mean, it's like I still have people now who say to me, "Oh, but you use Elementor," and I kind of look at them and go, "So what? So what?" It's like me saying to you, it's like someone right saying, "Oh yeah, I got a new car," and I go, "Oh, you don't know how to drive that car. You're not a mechanic." You don't have to be a mechanic to drive a car, right? I mean, when it comes to changing oil, I let the garage do that whenever I get a service done once a year. I'm so lazy. I don't go to the car and go with the oil and go like my dad does. You take the stick out and you get your tissue and you go and you study the tissue in the stick. I'm like, sod that. I let the garage do that. Not my problem. Who here does that? Who lets the garage do that if they got a car and they're checking, the oil? They get the stick and they go like that and they're checking the stick. That can't be us. That's why you have garages. That's why I have service. That's what I'm paying them for. Do you know what I mean, John? It's like you don't have to be a mechanic to drive a car, You don't have to know. I don't have to know how to build a computer to use a laptop. Right? It's like I remember what was it? It was to do with SQL. And someone said to me they said to me, "Oh, but you don't know how to build an entire database." Right? This was a database warehouse engineer. You don't know how to build an entire database. I went, I don't need to. That's why we have the database team. But I can analyze, data mine, program algorithms and stuff like that, which they couldn't do. And I said, because you don't need to do that. You're a data warehouse engineer. Your job is not to analyze or create the algorithm. Your job is just to get the data, clean it, transform it, and put it into places. Because if you ever try, I'll tell you now, right, in 20 years, you try and get a data warehouse engineer in the NHS or many organizations to analyze data, and you are screwed. I can tell you now. They don't get it. They don't have to get it. They are specialists in X. But then you have the analysts who are the specialists in Y. Right? That doesn't mean, though, that, they both know how to use SQL, but one uses SQL to analyze and algorithms, and one uses SQL to build. You can have a merging. You can have like the Venn diagram. You can have a merging, but they are specialists. So when you have the CSS specialists, it's like for me, right? You'll have the Python, you'll have the the Javas, the CSS, the HTMLs. You'll have experts. Some are multi-talented, some are mini-talented, some are just people. And as long as you're good at what you do, at what you say you do, who cares what anyone else thinks, quite frankly? That's what I say. I am not an expert on CSS. Java scares me. HTML, yeah, I can get by with it a bit here and there. CSS, I do get by, but I'm not an expert. I have to think. I have to experiment. I have to find some code and then tweak or whatever and try and learn and gauge, what does this do? What does that line mean? But I only need to do what I need to do to get the job done. That's how I think. It's like painting, right? How many people here are expert painters? But I can paint. I can paint to do what I need to do. Now, if you give me a ceiling and a wall, and you say, right, use this brush and do a straight line, I might get it, but I need to use frog tape, masking tape, if I'm going to get it perfect. But that doesn't mean you're not a painter, right? So I just think I think there are still aspects of the world, a bit like what George was saying, there's still aspects of the world where, you know, there's a bit of this competitive streak, isn't there? And for me, it's like, if anyone ever says to me, oh, but can you build a website in HTML? I just look at them and go, I don't need to. I don't need to. Right? I don't need to. So I don't do it. Sorry, I've missed your comment. The politics one, you are so right about that. If you're going to send me that website, Peter, send it, but I'm a bit scared about what you might send. I'm a little bit scared. Yeah, and that's a really good point, Mike, about the masking tape. So sometimes I'll Google, find a code snippet, and use it. I never wrote the code. I found it, but it works. And for me, it's like, if you find the solution that helps you get your job done, do it and move on. You know? It's like some people who can't drive use the bus. So what? You've used the bus to get from A to B to get the job done. Good on you. I think HTML websites, I mean, building it in that way, there is an argument for it being old-fashioned, and then there's an argument for maybe it's like that was the only way to do it. But I would hate to. I mean, I'd hate it. Well, to be honest, Mike, if any client says to me they want a website built with code, I often say to them, so why have you come to me for? Because I'm pretty clear everywhere on my social media, on my LinkedIn profile, everywhere I go, it clearly states Elementor. So why have you come to me for? And sometimes they say to me, yeah, but do you know someone? And I kind of go, no, it's not. That's not for me to. I'm not going to advise. It's not on my head. Nice point there, Dave, about animated CSS. Yeah, Kevin Powell. Exactly, Mike. For me, right, the CSS aspect is just you're taking a hand and you suddenly added in another finger. There you go. You've added in another finger. Right? You're just changing it a little bit. I'm just going to quickly reply to loads of messages that have just come through. I haven't replied. I don't need to do that. I don't need to reply to that. So just to let you know, with Flexbox containers, I still, every time anyone asks me, should we use it or not, I still say I'm still waiting for the final version. And I know there's some of you out there are using it. I'm still waiting on the final version. I still feel nervous about Flexbox containers. I just feel like if a client pays me a whack of money, or whatever they pay me, to get their website done, and then I use Flexbox containers, and it gets wrecked because of an update, that's a pain to fix, right? I mean, and you know what? You know when you hand over a website, maybe the client is going to look after the website themselves. When you hand it over and you explain to them how you're using Elementor to make their life easier, right? Atif, I am going to say no. I'm not going to, because unless there is a roadmap for, if there is a roadmap for, how to explain this? If there is a roadmap that Elementor are going to completely remove the support for sections and columns, so future updates, even though you have not activated Flex Container, but in 2 years' time, the website will completely break, then I have to go back to the client and say, right, this is out of our hands. This is out of our hands. Okay? But you have a decision to make. You either go with what you got, and when it breaks, you then get us to try and fix it. There's a cost. Or you pay for the website to be rebuilt. Or you get something else built by someone else, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I would it all depends, because no one has said anywhere yet, you know, say in 2-3 years. I know it's a tough one, isn't it, Artif? Because the client might get really like annoyed, but then you kind of say to them, so this is what I say to the client, there will be something you've got, an app or a program, right? And when Windows or Mac update their iOS, that app or program stops working and you spent money on it, right? You either buy a new app or program or you change what you're using. And that's just that is the tough shit of life, isn't it? In that, let me give you an example. How many people here have had an iPhone and you had the old charger? Do you remember the old charger? The whatever it was, the 30-pin one. Do you remember the old charger? How many of you had 5 of those chargers? And then Apple switched to the lightning charger. Do you remember that? How many of you had to go and buy more lightning chargers or adapters? You've had 5 Apple chargers, maybe, or 4 or 5 dotted around the house, whatever. And then all of a sudden, your iPad, your whatever, switch to that. Just like with the MacBook, you now have USB-C, right? So you have the USB-A port, and now you got USB-C. You can have an adapter, but now connections to computers, all Thunderbolts, all of this, things change. And for me, it's like, I would just say, look, we were not in control of that. So we can either leave your website as it is, never have an update run on it in Elementor, and you're good to go. Or you make that switch. And that's what I would say. Use the iPhone one. Exactly. But do you see what I mean, Peter? You had to go and buy something. So you had to get another adapter or something like that. I remember when it first came out, the Lightning, I was like, oh my God, I've got like 5 or 6 of these old blooming, adapters and all of that. Yeah, that's awesome. But then I would just say to them that, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it maintenance either. I would say to them that, no, this is different, because maintenance is looking after what you got. But if the world changes, I'll tell you what, here's a great example, right? Here's a great example. Yeah, I got that, Peter. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, USB. I would say to the client, right, what if WordPress just went down? WordPress went off the face of the earth. what would you do? You'd have to get a new website built, right? It's a bit like, I don't know, there's so many analogies you could come up with, but I think the iPhone one is a good one. You know, I mean, look, right? Apple did not give everyone a lightning adapter when they changed the ports, did they? If you bought a new product, you got it with the product, but they didn't say to everyone, hey, come to the shop and we're going to give you a pin to lightning adapter free of charge. Here you go. Because you've paid money. Your phone company, did your phone company give you it? Because you pay a contract, right? You pay a contract. No, because it's an evolution. Can't think of my words. It's an evolution in the process. It's an evolution of the device. So that's the thing where I'm still a little bit unsure of. I got a feeling the section and columns will still exist, and I'll tell you why. The amount of websites built with Elementor, right? If Elementor ever say you now have to transform every website to Flex Container, can you imagine the uproar? Can you imagine the uproar? Nearly 11 million activated websites, and now you have to switch to Flex Container. What do you think the noise will be? The noise will be major, I think. Hey, Lynette. And I think that once they've got the final version, building a new websites in Flex Container, I think, is the new move. That will be the evolution. But I've got a feeling they will still, behind the scenes, say that all future websites will be Flex Container, right? I don't think you'll have the option to activate. I think it will be built in. You have to do it, right? New websites will be Flex Container. However, any websites that are already built with sections and columns, I think that will continue. I might be getting the logistics of this wrong. So I have a feeling, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, it might be that Elementor say you must use Flex Containers. This is the way. But if you want to still use section and columns, you know how at the moment you activate Flex Container? I think what will happen is it might get switched the other way. So Flex Container will become the norm, and they'll have a button to say, do you still want to use section columns? And I think if they allow you to still use section columns, I think that will still exist. Because I can't see why that's going to be a problem for them to leave. Because if we've got it now where we can have both, I mean, how many page builders do you know out there where you have the flexibility of section columns and Flex Container? You can literally switch. Boop, 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 boop. How many of them are there? And the fact they've got that right now, I was like, whoa, wow, we have a switch. If they've got that now, I've got a feeling that going forwards, tutorials, videos, live sessions, all of this will be Flex Container once the final version's out. But if you still want to use section columns, it's there. The only difference, though, is you have to accept that the Elementor tutorials, the 1 minute shorts, the live chat stuff that I'll even be doing, and lots of other people, will suddenly be geared towards Flex Container. And people have to accept it. Hey, Jason, but if you want to... But the facility will still be there. And I think that's what they'll do. I think that's what they'll do. And I hope they do, because I've built websites for some people where I think they'll be fine just staying on section columns. What is Flex Container? Oh, Flexbox. So the Flexbox containers. I mean, it's... The best way to explain it's almost like having the ability to maneuver and rearrange things to be how you want. That's probably not even a good example, but what I would say you do is you watch this video. Watch this video. I think this is a really good video I did on building a page. I'm basically showing how it is a little bit more versatile, and it's getting your head around rows and columns and where. So if you have rows, right? If you have a row, every time you add something, it goes beneath, like columns, right? No, hold on, I said that wrong. No, sorry, I said it right. When you add rows, every time you add something, it goes to the right of it. If you have columns, every time you add something, it goes below it. How columns currently work, right? So if you drop two containers in and they're both columns, they'll go this way. Items. If you have two rows, the items will go that way. It's one of those things you got to play around with. And the first time you play around with it, you'll feel like your brain just goes, right? But once you get used to it, suddenly you'll realize, oh, okay, it's not too bad. If you change images from Webp to PNG, right, first question, Interpret, why would you do that? Second question, you will slightly improve the resolution depending on how much quality you set for Webp. I normally go for 80%. Thirdly, as long as your image, when you add to Elementor, you've selected full. When people add, I don't get this. There's so many videos out there. They add an image and they leave it as medium. Set the resolution to full. I don't care if the image is that big, whatever. Set the resolution to full. That's the whole point of it. It's the full resolution. As long as your image is sized correctly in Media Library. I don't do it on the Elementor bit. You know when you select your, I don't do it there. I do it in the WordPress Media Library. Is it 300 pixels? Is it 400 pixels? I do it there. I get the full resolution in. But I might adjust it a little bit with the style, width and max width or height. But make sure when you have the image, underneath it says thumbnail, medium, large, extra large, whatever, custom. Well, pick full resolution. I know, that's what I mean, George. A lot of them don't. I mean, and what I don't like is so many videos, they just shove it in and they skip past it. They skip past the resolution bit. And I kind of go, no, pick full. A lot of them, next time you watch a video where someone's building a website and they drop an image in, every single video I do, when I do it, watch it, I pick full. And then I adjust it in the style tab. But watch loads of videos, they add an image and they totally skip that bit. And I sit there going, but you haven't explained the fact that you selected a really nice looking image, but you've set the resolution to be, you left it on medium. So on a big screen, it is going to look blurred. Blurred. They just don't get it. And that is why I like to talk about those things when I do videos, cool. Great thing, Interpret. Yes, Interpret, if you go from Webp to PNG, you are probably going to make the size of that image 10 times. Yeah, about 10 times the size of the Webp. Me too, Carapace. I thought maybe by June we might have got it. I think it's Christmas time now. So Interpret, out of curiosity, what is making you go from Webp to PNG? Because you are going to be increasing your image. Like, in terms of bytes or megabytes. You could be going from 10 That's a bit rubbish. No, but yeah, you could be going from like 100 kilobytes to 1 megabyte. What's your reasoning for doing it? In fact, you don't have to answer that, okay? You can just kind of ignore me. Yep, Carapace. I mean, they are very late on the mega menu. They've been working on a mega menu since February 2021. They are very late on that. Oh, I got you in Dupree. Yeah, I mean, I would always say in Dupree, yeah, that if you do convert an image from WebP to PNG, your quality is going to be affected. If you go from PNG to WebP, you're taking really high quality, a tiny drop to get to WebP. But when you go from WebP to PNG, I have a feeling you're going to end up going into a slight bit of blur or pixelation in areas, you know, because when you go from big to small, you're condensing. When you go from small to big, you're now pushing it to the limits a little bit. Does that make sense in Dupree? You know, big. You know, when you go from when you go, that's good, but when you go from that to expand it, it's not always going to be good. Just adding a comment to a video and a like. I have been playing a bit of catch up today on stuff as well. Yeah, so I've just got to work on a directory. I asked the client to log into their website and do the PayPal connection. You know, in the old days, old days, when I was young, I used to say to the client, give me your PayPal logins, I go in and do it. But more and more, because you then have to verify with the PayPal app or a phone number, it is such a pain. I now just say to the client, right, here's the address, log into your website, click this, click this, click this, do your connection, and then let me know it's done. Okay, just follow the steps, here's the steps, follow that, and away you go. And I'm so glad I did. The worst ones are Stripe. So sometimes I do say to the client though, okay, they go, oh no, but can you do it? I go, okay, I'll do it, but I'm going to charge extra for that, and we have to agree a time when we're going to do it. And when we do it, you need to be there to get back to me when I ask you for the verification code. What I don't want is I do it, I send you a message to go, now tell me the verification code, and you disappear. Because that affects my... I don't say it like this, I say it in a nicer way. Hey, we could do this. But has anyone else been in that position where they're connecting Stripe or PayPal and they're doing it on behalf of the client, and then you get the verification notification, and then you say to the client, send me the code or confirm it, and the client is not there. And then when they do come back to you, it's run out, so you do it again. And then you say to the client, right, do it now. Like literally a minute after they've done it, and they disappear again for half an hour. And you're like, where are you? What the heck? What are you doing? Just confirm it. And then 2 hours later they go, confirmed. Yeah, but it's timed out. But now I do say to them, look, you must get it done, because if you don't get it done, it affects the time we've set aside to look at your website or work on your website. And of course, you're always going to get the odd client who does not like it that you're telling them what to do when they need to do it. You know, because they paid you. Who the hell are you to tell them? And remember, at that point, that's when you make the decision over, are you going to continue working on this website? Is it worth it? All right, and there was some websites, I always do like a 50p transaction, which I don't care about. I really don't care about a 50p transaction. I really don't care, right? And I will do it to test. And I always have a client, there's always the odd client that goes, do I need to refund that 50p? I go, no, don't worry. It's only 50p, right? Go and buy an ice cream with it. Do what you want. Yes, George, it's okay. Because I don't, I kind of say to them that, look, you know, so I kind of give them the idea. I say, right, um, I make clear to them, right, that when it comes to the verification, I'll give them some instructions or a link, and they need to go through and follow through what happens with PayPal and do that. Hey, Catherine, or we can do it for them, and then I charge a bit extra for that. It's a reasonable charge, a small charge, but I'm just covering off my time. It's what you could call it hustling, but for me, it's like, you know, how many times has someone said to you, yeah, I've got a business PayPal account. You go in and they have not got a business PayPal account. Or here's one, client said they registered with Stripe. So I went to do their Stripe connection. Guess what they did? All they did was set up a login. They hadn't set up their bank account details. They hadn't done their verification. They hadn't sent their business verification to Stripe. And I was like, you haven't done your bank account. Oh, yeah, they WhatsApped me with their bank account deals. I was like, no, you need to register, set up your bank account, set up your address, do your business verification. That can take 5 to 7 days. Because I gave them 2 weeks. And they were like, yeah, we've done it all. They hadn't done jack. All they did was go to Stripe, create a username, create a password, boom, and that was it. They hadn't even logged in after that to check it was working or verified. That is not called setting up. I even said to them, you got to do and you got to get it done now because it can take 7 days for your business verification. What the heck? That is not Stripe verification. Right. And just as Catherine arrives, I'm just going to disappear for 3 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 3 minutes, everyone, all right? Keep chatting. I'll be back in 3. Let me... It says 5 minutes, but I will probably be back in 3, all right? Burp. Hey, networking. How you doing? Hey, Dave. Sorry I had to nip away for a bit, guys. Back. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, Catherine, are you going to go live later? Are you going live later? Any plans at all? When some of my clients use Bluehost, I get quite annoyed because Bluehost can be so slow. Just at the point where you're logging into the website, they can be really slow. Has anyone else found that with So now I'm just got to check on my client. Yeah, I mean, Bluehost, the purging facility on Bluehost is awful. But also, now and again, it just can't... Oh, do you know what? The client said to me he'd connected it. I don't think he's connected it at all. What's he done? He's not done the connection. Ugh. Client said to me he'd done the connection. He's not done the connection at all. I've got to now advise him what he needs to do. It's not a problem because I can still get other stuff done. But if they don't make their PayPal connection, I can't double check the process is working properly for the directory website. So at the point when you register, you add your listing, you pay for your package, you do all of that. I want to get all of that built today. But they've not obviously done it. So now I have to go back to giving them step-by-steps. Then go to WooCommerce settings. You know what I need to do? I need to record a video, don't I, on this one day? I need to do a video and say, like, this is what you do. You click here, you click here, you click here, you click here, you click here. Step 2. Go to payments. Go to payments. Step 4. Click set up on PayPal. Well, hold on. Maybe they did do it and they didn't activate something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know now. No, they haven't. What have the IG changed their name to now? SHI. What have they changed their name to now? Click standard card processing. Yeah, I feel like I need to do another video on this. This slightly does delay things, right? This does delay things because I actually got an email from him last night and he said, yeah, I've done it all, done the PayPal connection, done it. Hasn't done nothing. Nothing is connected. PayPal still to be done. So I've given him 6 steps. 6 steps to do. Yeah, 6 steps. You know, if they only did what I told them to do, it would make things a whole lot easier. So I'm just going to start messing around with their listings now. In fact, I'll do it on this web. I'll do it over here while I'm talking to you all. I mean, it is really slow, Bluehost, right? And this isn't just on this website. This is on another client's website. My bad luck that I had 3 clients in a row where all 3 of them were using Bluehost. Talk about bad luck, right? Help request for page speed. I started this morning with 21 on mobile. Whoa. Nice one. So what did you do then to get from 21 to 55? What was causing it to be 21, Peter? Hopefully, Dave. That's simple-ish. Simple-ish, roughly. Are you allowed to rebuild it with Elementor? Hopefully they've said, yeah. Can you rebuild it with Elementor? A lot of JavaScript. Yes, Peter, that often is the problem. Hey, Dave, that is a very good return. Nice one. And remember, Dave, to offer them that referral incentive right at the end. Once they've done and they are don't offer it until you know they're happy. So when they say they're happy, then say to them, hey, you know, if you refer blah, 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 blah. Hey, Artie, have you just changed your avatar? Just noticed you've now gone to a purple avatar. Hold on, let me just change this. So description. I'm missing a field. Address. Oh, I'm missing a field. I need a text area field. We'll call this one address. It is a done. Let's just add the address field to be above the location, I think. No, we'll go region. Region, location, address. We'll go with that. Update that. Single page, content tabs. Profile, and we will put in the address, which will be a text area. Did I just add that? Where's it gone? Oh, did that just refresh on me? Did that just refresh on me? I think that refreshed on me. That's probably why. That's probably what it was, Artif. Yeah. I just noticed it. I was like, oh, he's gone to purple. I thought, oh no, what's happened? Text area. Where has it gone? There it is. We're going to use the address field. Done. We'll call this address. And we'll move the address to be there. We'll put it somewhere like that. There we go. Update. Cool, cool, cool. So now I need to set up the packages. Now at the moment, he's not really just informed us of exactly what is going to be in each package or what is going to be on offer. So I'm just going to put here package description. And then I'll get him to pad that out when he knows exactly what he wants. Like that, package description. This will be the free listing. It's going to be a listing package. The price is 0. So this is the nice thing about the My Listing theme, right? You normally have your single products, group products, and all of that, blah, 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 blah. Here you have the listing package. So this is now for the listings. This is where you start to define what you're going to have. A listing limit is unlimited. The duration will be... I think if I leave it blank, it's left, isn't it? Is it going to be free forever? Yeah, it's free forever. The listing is free. We'll have a verified badge. Verified page, no. It allows to be an option for claiming a listing. Yep. Allow this. No, you can't do a claim. No, sorry. Disable repeat purchases. No. Just going to add a category, and I'm going to call this package. In fact, I'm going to call it free package. Free package. Let's just add that in. That one's... Make that there. Not going to add any products images. Not going to do any short description. I'm going to leave. You don't need to do a short description, by the way. Ha! No way! A Divi advert. What is this? How dare? Hold on. We've got to go full screen. A Divi advert. No, I'm joking. It's fine. I have no control, right? You know, I have no control. For all I know, an advert for Jim Fahad might come up. What? I don't know. Who cares? Right? Who cares? Just click it away. Right. So limited package. Ding, 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 ding. Let's just publish that. And then the other one is going to be the premium version. Let's just add another product. Add new. Do you know what? I was waiting for George. I thought, where's he, George? I thought maybe if I say the word Divi, he'll now clarify. So we'll have a premium listing, add options, you know, more fields. What else will we say on there? There'll be more fields, social media, etc. Social media, etc. This is for the... once I do it, I can then show him and go, right, now pad out with exactly what you want to say there. We're going to go over here and do listing package. The price for this will be $300. The listing limit will be... oh, hold on. It's 1, isn't it? It's 1. It's 1. And the duration will be 365. That's the one we use for claiming. That will also be a verified. So verified and listing. We'll have not there. I'll do add new category and we'll go premium package. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So $300. Listing limit 1, 365. Don't need to add any product images or anything like that. Let's just publish. What? George, as soon as you heard it, you must have gone. Shh. I bet when you switched the screen, you did it so fast you probably shoved the screen off the table. Psh. Right, so we have 2 packages, but you have to now add in a 3rd package, because if you don't add in a 3rd package on here, a user with a free can't upgrade to a let me get this right, a paid package. So I need to give them the option for, oh, hold on, I call this the upgrade. Right, so this is the upgrade. I'm going to add a new category and call this the upgrade. Right, so we do add new package. This will be the grouped product, and you go to linked product, and here's where I go with free, ka-ching, and premium. Premium. So that now means that if you've got the premium version, hold on, do I want to switch? No, yeah, you can do what you want. So if they've got the free, they can switch up to the premium, or they can go the other way down. Either way, they're not going to get their money back. So if they want to go back to the free, that's their loss in a way. But anyway, free and premium, it's a grouped product. So let's just publish that. Exactly, George, exactly. And that's the things I kind of say to him. I go, right, so do you just want the My Listing theme done? Do you want the PayPal bit set up? Do you want the cosmetics? So you remember that United Arabs directory website? You know the one I'm talking about, George? That one you looked at with me as well, helped me out with. That directory website that was about, what, 5 weeks ago? Got the theme to work. The cosmetics was up to them. So sometimes you got to get them to understand what are you going to do or not. Right, so that product is now done. Now let's go over to listing types. There is a little bit of back and forth when you build a directory website with the My Listing theme. You kind of build your fields. In fact, let me break it down. It's better to do your packages first, then do your fields and your listing types. I'm now doing it in the wrong order because the client changed their mind about where they're going to have any options. So we're going to say enable paid listing. So we've got free listing and we got premium listing. So they can either go for it for free or pay. That is good. Let's update that. Then I'm going to say that some fields you can only populate if you pay. So let's then go to the... Oh, hold on. I think there's something else I need to add, isn't there? Reviews. Are we going to allow reviews? Full star. I'm going to call this one reviews. No, I'm going to leave it as your rating because I think there's a problem if I don't do that. So expiry rules expires when the expiry date is reached. Reviews. Yeah, that's activated. Fields. That's done on the single page. Cover details. Quick action. Leave a review. So yeah, leave a review. So we've got call now, send an email, change that to be send an email. Send email. Send an email, send email, send an email. What thing sounds better? Send an email, send email, send. I think send email. Send email. It's more direct. Bookmark, leave a review. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hey, take care, Peter. His page speed is now on 65. My hours they paid are ending. So you have to pay more or let it stay. Hey, Peter, that's sometimes the way you got to work, right? That's sometimes the way you got to do it, right? That's what you got to do. Random question for Mac users. Do you use Chrome or Safari? I tend to use... I tend to use Edge. I'm finding I'm using Edge more and more. And loads of people won't like that, but I'm using Edge more. I just read your comment there, George. The breakpoint issue in Elementor. Break. Yeah, I mean, it's Chromium, isn't it? Sorry, yeah, Chromium. But yeah, I'm more Chromium user. I live on the edge, Atif. I live on the edge. Hey, you take care, Melissa, all right? Celebration of life. Yeah, I hope you have a great, amazing time. Yeah, have fun. Or enjoy yourself. Have fun. Well, yeah, enjoy yourself. We'll have the review tab. Or maybe the profile will have the review tab. No, it's separate, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot it's separate. All tabs. We'll go to the... So we'll have reviews. Why does it call it new page for? Shouldn't call it new page. We'll call it reviews like that. Go back a step. So the profile will be the profile. The reviews will be the reviews. The preview card will just be ding, 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 ding. And the search form... I'm going to leave it like that, actually. We're going to update it. Are you kidding? Yeah, but Atif, I think once you switch to the M1 chip, you won't have that overheating problem. Right? I think you'll be fine. Are you going to get an M1 chip MacBook, laptop, MacBook? Are you going to get one? Are you going to get one? Exactly. Hey, Catherine, why don't you go live? Why don't you go? I mean, if you're planning, I've been live now for 1 hour 24. I might end mine in about 2 or 3 minutes. Why don't you go live and I'll jump onto your live. Why don't you go live, Catherine? Go on, go live. Actually, don't go live if you don't want to go live, okay? But if you want to, just say you want to go live. You'd like to go live, and I will end mine and we'll jump onto yours. Don't worry, Catherine. I know what you mean. I've got a load of videos and stuff I need to do. And thankfully, my son is back at school from Monday. So there's stuff I can just rattle out and get on with. Hey, Ruben, how are you doing? What are you working on, Ruben? I'm just working on a listing site here using the My Listing theme. I was just replying to some comments, by the way. Someone in our Mastery membership group just asked a question, so I quickly gave him a comment. Right, so name a restaurant, description, food type, address, region, location, and location, and we'll move the contact number up. Phone number is all allowed. However, your website you can only have if you're on the premium listing. See what I mean? So you can build a website with, say, 20 fields. And I'm now saying that field with the website is only visible if you pay for the premium listing. So we go boom. So that's done. Then we have contact email. That will also only be visible if you are premium listing. Social networks will only be visible if you are a premium listing. And I think that's what I like about this theme and how you can lock down fields. You can build it all. And then if your client's going to have 3 or 4 or 5 different packages, you can go, right, you get these fields, then these fields, and you get the whole thing, the whole bang for everything. So Ruben is currently working on a website. I am a driver trying to convert as a web driver. Driver? When you say you're a driver trying to convert as a web designer, do you mean you're a designer that's trying to become a web designer? Sorry if I'm reading that wrong. Am I reading that wrong? Oh, delivery man. Sorry, got it. Don't give up the day job until you know you've started to build up reviews and you're getting recognized, right? I mean, consider... have you built websites? Or how many websites have you built? Where are you on your journey? Tell us about where you are on your journey. I don't mean as a driver. Where are you, how many websites you built? Are you still learning? Do you think there's a market out there? Ruben, do not worry about that, okay? We'll work it out, all right? Don't worry about it. It's more our problem than yours, okay? No way, Artif. You sent Tim Cook an email. Do you know what? At the next Apple event in September or whenever they do it, Tim Cook's going to walk on stage and he's going to go, hey, everybody, I want to send a heartfelt apology to Atif Riaz. Your photo will come up. This son of a gun told me that he doesn't like my heating. I've turned down my heaters, my gas, my electricity. I hope you feel cool now, Atif Riaz. And by the way, here's a lightning charger for you from us. Because we're a multi-billionaire company. Trillionaire. And here's a lightning adapter for you. Goodbye, Atif Riaz. I would say, Ruben, right, okay, that when there's no harm, right, trying. What you've got to do is kind of decide early on what kind of websites are you going to build. So are you going to try and build all types of websites, or are you going to try and go for a niche area? So Ruben, I can't share. YouTube does not allow you to post links. But if you do email me a link, I'll happily have a quick look. Okay? I'll happily have a quick look. And obviously my question to you would be, do you build from scratch using Elementor? Do you use any other page builder tool? Do you use templates, themes? What's your process? What's your thinking logic like? But if you want to email to info@websquadron.co.uk, I'll have a quick look. Yeah. Logo, cover image. logo, cover image, gallery images. Gallery images, I'm going to say you can only do if you pay premium. What do you think, right? I think that if they now want to put a gallery of their inside of their restaurant, yeah, excellent. That's, you know, so you build from scratch, Elementor, good to go, man. I like that. Yeah, I look forward to your email, okay? Excellent. By the way, I have nothing against themes or templates, but I like to build. I like to go with, right, what do we need for the client, the company, the business, conversion, and all of that, rather than working within the realms of a template. Because when you do that, or a theme, the website is controlled by another designer, which grates me, really, quite a bit. Excellent. Right, so I think we're getting there with this. I just need to get a just need the client to Cheers, Ruben. I've got your emails, so I'm going to Oh yeah, the 50. How is that one going, George? So I'm going to share the screen, okay? So I'm going to say, Ruben, you should be very proud of what you've done, okay? Number one. Ah, George, that's the problem, isn't it? They just charge money for nothing. Right? Okay. Right. So I'm going to say right now, Ruben, be very, very proud of what you've done, okay? I like the look of this. There's a nice cleanness to it. I'm gonna make a suggestion though, okay? I'm gonna make a suggestion. I do this bit here, right? Let me just shrink myself down because I'm quite big here. Boom. You know, over here, this here, I would rather have the start of this be level with the start of this. So I would have, right? You know, this here, have it start level with here up here. There's a bit of space here, right? It's there's a nice clean feel to it. One other recommendation I will say though is, you know, here you've got columns, right? You've got columns here, right? These columns. You have a link on the header. You got the links on the header. You do know that for the column, you can add a link to the column as well. You notice the column. If you click on the column, you can add a link. So this link here, I would add it to the whole column. So it doesn't matter where you click. So if they click, you know, if they just want to click there, it takes them to it. So I would do that. I would definitely do that. And for your second website, the pastel colors kind. I mean, this is good. You know, I like the way you've got these pop-ups with the slide in and slide out. I would say though, you know, the overlay you got here. I feel like the overlays are maybe a bit too strong. Some people would disagree with me on this. I just feel like that overlay is a bit too strong. I would let's pretend that was 0.8. I would go for 0.7 maybe, or something like that. Right. But really, really good work. Really, really good work. Hold on, Jimmy's here. Hey, Jimmy. But yeah, great work, Ruben. Yeah, and I think this shows that you've got a style, a way of presenting. And if these two websites are paying clients, what you want to do, okay, is say to them after you've built the website, okay, after you've built the website, say to them if they refer anyone to you, you will like pay them like a finder's fee if they refer and it converts into a successful website build. But yeah, Jimmy, how's the website? Not the website. How's the event? How is the event? And what's the food like as well? What is the food like? No. Oh, come on. Spill some beans, Jimmy. What was the Elementor party like? What was it like? Food is very Portuguese. Let me just adjust the products for these products. Excellent. Good food. That's what we like to hear. A lot of wine, a lot of social meeting, and then more. I have to say, I'm feeling so jealous right now, Jimmy. I am gonna do everything I can to make sure I get there next year. Like, sort my passport out first, right? Cool. That's now working. All right. Don't like the look of that at all. No, don't like the look of that package thing. Small looks awful. Large doesn't look good either. Let's go for the regular. Don't like the look of that at all. I really don't like the look of that. Don't like the look of that. Really don't like the look of that. I'm gonna add in a grey colour to this page because it's not striking, is it? Choose a package. Definitely need to add some padding in there. Right, that's the packages done, but I can't test the packages until the client connects the PayPal connection. You say hi back, okay, Jimmy? You say hi back. You're my ambassador. You're the ambassador. In terms of portfolio page, though, I think it just comes down to what style you want to put across. You could just have like images. You could have images that move as you hover over them. You know, you could have a carousel. I would always say, is go and look what other people do and then make a decision. I've kind of learned that now. It's best for you to look at what others are doing and then you make a choice on which one attracts you the most. Or if you're going to build websites in a certain niche area, what are they doing as their portfolios? Yeah, Reno is a good guy. Ow, just felt something sting my finger then. What was that? Something stung my finger. Huh? So George, you're saying any hacks? George, you're going to have to give me a bit more info here because this one's now playing with my brain. To build a footer template, even though the client has Elementor Pro. Give us a bit more, George. What? Oh, the theme has a crappy way of does footers. It's making me livid. Wouldn't you just use Elementor Pro? The template then. Am I missing something, George? Oh, doesn't. Right. Yeah. Hold on, mate. Hold on. Don't go anywhere, George. George, sit down. Stay there. Stay there, George. Stay there. Don't stay. Don't go away. Don't turn your machine off. Stay there. Stay. Question. Here, George. So you want to use the Elementor header footer builder plugin. I think that's what it's called. Yes, Jimmy. Yeah, to do that. Yeah, I look forward to seeing them. I look forward to seeing that. Take care, Jimmy. And I know, I am jealous. You take care, right? You go and have your you fill up on your food, Jimmy. What is my go-to WP theme for Elementor, Abdul? Let me tell you. It is Hello. The only time I don't use Hello is when I'm building a directory theme like what I'm doing right now. Right? But I have no other reason to use any other theme except, right? I don't need to use any other theme. Hello is fine. George, you helped me out. You've helped me out in so many places. I feel like I'm the one indebted to you. All right, mate? So don't you worry about that. Get out of it, Atif is lying. I swear. If I find... Right, anyone right now who's watching live, tell me now if you use Ocean WP. By the way, Rubin, let me tell you now, you don't need to use Astra. If you're going to use Elementor Pro, there's no need for you to use Astra. Just go with Hello. Trust me on this, okay? Trust me. Anyone here using Ocean WP? Admit it. Just so I have a reason to block you. Anyone here using Ocean WP? I think I've done something to my finger, like a tiny hair or something. It's embedded itself into my finger. But yeah, totally, Ruben. Okay, hello. If you're using Elementor Pro, you don't need Astra. You don't need Astra Pro for sure. You don't need Cadence. Don't believe all the hype you see on loads of videos. Hey, use Cadence, use Astra, use Ocean WP. That is just for affiliate Bloxy. That is affiliate marketing, okay? You just need hello. Don't worry, Art. I think like some of my first Elementor websites, you know, some of them have still got Astra on. I've just left them because they're no longer my clients or all like that. But Ocean WP is one of the most notorious themes that has issues when there is an Elementor or a plugin update. Trust me, it's one of the most notorious ones. You go to Elementor Facebook group and do a search for Ocean WP. You will be so surprised at the amount of people. They go, I got a problem. What are you using? Ocean WP. Switch to hello. The problem is gone. And yeah, but the thing is, Ruben, yeah, right? You know a lot of the people that say use Astra or Cadence or Bloxy or Ocean WP. How many of those videos have got a link to get the pro version? How many of them have got that? How many have got that? So it's affiliate marketing. I have an affiliate link for Elementor because I believe in it. I have an affiliate link in there, I think, for Bertha. I believe in it. I have one for SiteGround. It's what I use. So I would always say there's nothing wrong with affiliate marketing, but I get a little bit annoyed when, to be honest, all you need is hello. For a directory website, you could use hello and CrocoBlock and other stuff. I prefer the My Listing theme. It's my comfort zone, right? But for any website that is not a directory theme, a directory website, I will use hello because I like it. But I know people that have used Astra Pro and whatever, and you hit a problem. You hit a problem. But hello is light. It's light. It just works for you. Believe me, right, you don't need to use any other theme. I'm telling you now, honestly. Honestly. I've got to a point now where I can't continue with this directory website because I need the client to basically sort out their PayPal connection. But I'm in a good place. Right? Once they sort that out, hopefully then I can do a proper test run now of register for free, right? Then upgrade, and then do another one where I just go straight to premium. So is the journey okay? Do I and the client get emails? So you got to go through all of that. Make sure it's working. Make sure it's all tickety-boo, as they say. Absolutely, Catherine. Absolutely. No, I think if you're using CSS, Ruben, to stylize the widget, I do it. Other people do it. I don't think there's an issue. Don't overdo it, of course, but it's more of a problem when you have JavaScripts, I think. If you have loads of JavaScripts running, then you're gonna hit a bit of pain at some point. But if you've got widgets and you're just styling them slightly differently, like the tabs, the accordions, the images, maybe there's a hover effect on a column or something like that, I would say it's okay, right? It's not overly that bad. It's just in a way, what you're doing is with the CSS, you're overriding what's been built in the theme. So your CSS takes the priority if you do it right, and you haven't got some pre-selected settings on the widget, so there's not a bit of like, well, which one to go for. I think that's okay. I do it. I've done it, and your website will still hit a good page speed score. So, yeah. it just becomes, it's more of a problem when you got more JavaScript going on and you've got optimization plugins and you're minifying maybe or combining, which isn't always a good thing, but you got stuff going on, then you might get either conflict or the website doesn't work or the page doesn't work or the JavaScript doesn't run or something just goes. But anyone here disagree? But I think there's no harm in a bit of CSS. I don't think so. Because that's the whole point. I use it, right? You're styling it. Because you could almost argue that when you have a standard widget and you got loads of settings for a widget, every time you pick one or change something, you're adding a bit of CSS anyway. So let's say you add in a button and you don't do any settings, so it's the standard button, and then you drop in some CSS. That CSS is now stylizing it out, right? Whereas if you pick a setting, you're stylizing it out as well. So CSS, whether you do the CSS here using the settings or you add your own CSS in, that's it. I think I won't say any more about CSS. 326 lines of CSS. Whoa. That's a lot of lines of CSS. What were you doing to the form? What were you doing with the form, Ruben? Email me a link to that contact form. I'd love to see that, Ruben. Email me a link to that. I won't be sharing it, by the way. Just email me, not right now, whenever you can. Email me a link to that contact form. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see, what did you do? I'm not to criticize, but I'd love to see, what did you do? What was your outcome? What did you do? Yeah, just email me a link. Yeah. That's the reason I want to see it. I just want to see it and kind of go, was it? And again, it's not to criticize, but was it necessary or could it have been done differently? I'm just going to grab a biscuit, okay? I'll be back in 1 minute. Just going to grab a biscuit. Do you know what is my weakness? And I hate this weakness, right? My wife has bought McVitie's chocolate biscuits. McVitie's chocolate biscuits. They are my weakness. I love them, but I shouldn't eat them. Okay, cool. I'm going to share it. I'm just going to look at it first, okay? Before I share it. So I just want to look at it first, right? So just wait for me. The thing is, though, right? Do you know how many carbohydrates there are in this RT? Do you know how many carbohydrates there are? This is a killer biscuit. I'll have to run up and down the steps now for 10 minutes to burn this off. Right, so I'm going to share it, okay? And I think it's going to be interesting to see the comments on this. Oh no, mate, Ati, no, I'm not gonna have any. No. I'm not. I'm gonna block you now for suggesting it. Right. So this could just be a header and text, obviously. You then got your checkbox, your checkboxes. Let's go for that one. Tailor-made. You got your tick box. It almost draws it, doesn't it? Look, it almost draws it. You put in your details. Ding, ding, ding. GDPR agreement and all that. So I am a little bit intrigued by... Was the CSS mainly for, like, the styling of the boxes? Oh, what here? Name. Click on name. When you say name, though, which... Yeah, you can email me the CSS. I don't mind. I'll look at it. Not right now, but... I am just wondering, though, about the need for the code. I am just wondering. So local WP. Yep. Did a video on it. I've used it a few times, not a massive amount. Do you mean like with the hover effect? I think what you mean, yeah, is the hover effect. You mean with this, don't you? You mean when you like the hover effect? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah. To be honest, Abdul, if the Seraphonite plugin is breaking your site, it could be maybe there's something else in your website. But if it's breaking it, I would remove it. I'm having a bit of a brain moment at the moment. I'm just trying to remember something. Let me just quickly do a... I can't. I just need to remind myself something. Does it? I think I can see what you've done. I can see. I couldn't remind. I couldn't remember it. So what you've done is basically for the So that you've used the CSS to put them side. That's what I was thinking. The side by side bit. Yeah, Ruben. I can see what you've done now with your CSS, putting it side by side. I'm still not sure if you need that many lines of code though, but it'd be good to see. I would say, Abdul, that the Seraphonite, you you get a limit of how often it works before you got to pay for it. And number two, you're using a plugin where you don't have much control over the features. Whereas with the video I did, which is get a high page speed score, you have more control over what you're doing. So I would say Seraphonite is good, but I feel like I prefer to have much more control. By the way, everyone, we have been live for 2 hours now, and I've hit a point now where I can't do any more with the directory website. So there's a few things I want to look into. So I am going to end the live chat. But Ruben, please do send over your code. Be interested to see that. The bit where you did this, the side-by-side column bit for the checkbox. I hope everyone looks after themselves. Stay safe today. Be careful what you're doing out there in the big, wide, real world. Atif, go and shove some Cadbury Roundy milk chocolate biscuits into your mouth. Have fun. And everyone else, take care, and I shall see you all very, very soon. So sorry for just cutting this live chat down now, but it's just... But I've got to just do some other stuff. But let you all guys go. Let you all guys go. Let you guys all go, even. All right, cool. I'll catch you all soon. I need to go and run around for a bit because I've just had 2 chocolate biscuits. So I need to go and jog up and down the stairs or something silly. I don't know. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.